What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. Another video means another dopamine high, because I had to buy something to feel something, and today is a special day because we are wrapping up a series, and that series in question is the Alien Fireteam Elite figures, and the figure in question is the Runner Alien, probably the most underwhelming figure in this entire wave, because the Runner Alien is the base enemy of the game, the one that we shoot and see thousands of throughout the entire campaign. And, you know, I saved him for last because I wanted to review all the cool looking ones first. Just personal preference. It's my channel. I'll do whatever the fuck I want with it. But yeah, the Runner Alien. And I didn't realize for the longest time that the Runner Alien was its own thing. I thought that we were just shooting a bunch of normal drones. But no, I'm a dumbass and didn't really realize that. Yeah, the drone is its own thing in the game. And I just don't know why that never clicked, but the drone is a much bigger, scarier enemy, which I really do like. It kind of builds up the strength of a actual xenomorph, or hypes it up, I should say. But the Runner Alien, for those who don't know what it is the dog alien from Alien 3. You're not changing my mind. But no, what they are in the game is they're a smaller but faster, more agile variant of a xenomorph, and they hunt in packs, if you couldn't tell by this game being a horde shooter. So with all that said, let's proceed on to the review. Just a quick clarification. When I was like joking or poking fun at the fact that the dog alien and the Runner Alien were very similar, I didn't fucking realize that they were the same goddamn thing. I was just trying to poke fun and be like, haha, they look alike. Nope, they are the fucking same thing. Okay, on to the review. So looking at the box, of course, we have the dog alien and, you know, the dog alien in the box. Looking all good, looking all Gucci. And then here's the dog alien on the side. And here is the dog alien. But here is a few photos of the Runner Alien with a brief description of what he's all about. The rest of the wave that we've already reviewed, go check those out after this video if you're intrigued. And no pulling them out of the box. First impressions visuals. We can see that there is no stand included, so that's a spitter alien only thing. And then, of course, the paint job and the sculpting is looking promising as usual. So let's jump into the figure. So starting off with articulation in the head region, his head articulation is very similar to the Prowler and Burster alien. He can look up and down a very good amount and then rotate his head 360 degrees. So overall, a very good range of motion in the head region. And then going over to arm articulation, he can spread open his arms a pretty decent amount, whether it is side to side or up or down. And of course, you can rotate his arms 360 degrees. I'd be surprised if you couldn't at this point. And then getting to the elbow articulation, you can bring his forearm up a pretty decent amount, seeing that he has to be on all fours. And then going to the hands, of course, rotate it 360 degrees and bend the wrist however you want. So a pretty good range of motion throughout his entire arm. And then tackling the torso, of course, you can rotate it 360 degrees and then kind of pivot and wibble wobble it in any direction you want, seeing that it's like on a ball joint. So a very good range of motion with his torso, you know, positioning him wherever you kind of want to. So very nice to see that. Then tackling legs, he does have some limitation when it comes to splitting open his legs, whether it's on all fours or he is standing upright because of the carapace at the top of his legs, but there is still some wiggle room there. Then you can rotate his legs 360 degrees, and then going down to the knee, you can straighten it out all the way or bend it back all the way, so a very good range of motion there in the knee. Then going to the heel, it's the same principle as the knee. You can straighten it out or bend it back and forth a pretty decent amount, and that same principle applies to the foot as well. So a very good range of motion throughout the joints in the leg. And of course, you can straighten out the entire leg to make your quadrupedal xenomorph into a bipedal xenomorph if you want to do that for whatever reason. So besides that very limited wiggle room at the top of the leg, the rest of the leg has some pretty good articulation. And finally, at the tail, you can rotate it 360 degrees at the base. And then, you know, throughout the tail, there's that wire that allows you to manipulate it and bend it however you want. And because of the tail's length, there's a lot to manipulate. So there's a lot of poses and just positions you can put the tail in. And overall, with the articulation, I am very satisfied with how it is on this boy. And we can't forget the second mouth that is included. And unfortunately for me, my xenomorph's second mouth did not want to pull out, so hopefully you do not have this issue like I did. And because I tried brute forcing it out, I kind of scuffed it up, which is unfortunate, but I don't really display my xenomorphs with their second mouth out, so it's not a complete loss for me. But, you know, hopefully you don't have the same issue as me and you can display your xenomorph with its second mouth out if you like doing that. And here we are at the comparison segment of the video, pretty much where I compared the variant to to a normal drone. And if you've been following up with the Fireteam Elite series, you know we're using Big Chap as reference because most of the aliens in Fireteam Elite are based off of Big Chap, or at least inspired, so it only makes sense. And starting off with the head regions, you know, both of them have that classic cylindrical shape with, you know, the clear kind of dome on top. You know, Big Chap has a little bit more wiring and tubing going on the side, where our runner alien does not really have that as much. There is some ribbage, but that's really about it. And then moving down to the mouth, we can see that the lips on the runner alien are a lot more prominent, and the teeth are a lot more smaller, where Big Chap has his nice long sharp purling silvers. And then if we look at their shoulders just briefly, we can see that Big Chap has that nice big round piece going on, where the runner alien does not have that at all. Then taking a look at their arms, we can see that Big Chap, being the bigger xenomorph, has longer and thicker arms, and though the runner alien might have thinner and shorter arms, he has a lot more muscle on his arms and less armor. And then bringing it down to their torsos, we can see that they both kind of have the rib cage design going on, but you know, our runner alien has a lot more ribs on his upper half. And then looking at the lower half, we can see that Big Chap has a bunch of tubes and bumps and ribbage going on, and then the runner alien just kind of continues that rib cage design. And besides their designs being very different, also it seems that the torso for the runner alien is a lot more narrow, whereas Big Chap's is all kind of relatively the same size. And then taking a look at their backs, we can see that Big Chap has the classic 5 spines, 4 identical, the 1 flat bitch on top. And then looking at the runner alien, he keeps that rib cage design going all the way to his ass. And then taking a look at their legs, we can see that Big Chap has his bipedal long ass legs, and then the runner alien has his, you know, more animal like hind legs. But besides that, you know, Big Chap has the thicker legs, where our runner alien has the more muscle-like legs with the carapace armor at the top. And then taking a look at their tails, we can see that Big Chap has the classic thin, kind of longish xenomorph tail, where the runner alien has a much longer tail that's also thicker with a huge blade at the end of it. And that will do for the variant comparison. So let's now do some size comparisons just to put this guy in scale next to some other figures. And starting off, we have the runner alien next to Big Chap. Then we have the Scout Predator. Then we have Jazzware's The Spartan Collection Spartan Enigma. Then we have Jazzware's World of Halo Halo Infinite Master Chief. Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series Umbaran Operative Arc Trooper. And finally, we have McFarlane's The Doomslayer. And here we are at the turntable segment of the video, where I go over what I like, dislike about the figure, and just give my overall thoughts on how this figure makes me feel. And of course, this is all my opinion. It's all what I think is good and bad about this figure, so please don't get mad. And also, you know, we're gonna get the stuff I dislike out of the way first, just to get that sour taste out of our mouth as quick as we can. And honestly, I don't really have any complaints about the figure. I mean, yeah, it's a bummer that the second mouth doesn't want to come out all the way for me, but I don't display my xenomorph with the second mouth, so it's not the end of the world for me. But for someone who does toyography or something like that, maybe this is more of a bigger deal for them. So I'm just putting it out there that your second mouth on your xenomorph may or may not work. For me, it didn't, but hopefully for you it does. And then one other thing that I've been preaching with this Alien Fireteam Elite franchise is I think that they should lower the price of all the goddamn xenomorphs, not just because of the Alien Fireteam Elite series, but just xenomorphs in general, because just to make it very quick, Predators are the same price, but they come with all these goodies, all this swappable parts and everything, 40 bucks. Okay, I can get behind that. A xenomorph that comes with nothing but itself should not be 40 bucks, because it doesn't, you know, it's not like it comes with all these goodies or anything. It's just the figure. I feel like they should lower the price, even if it was $30. Like, I don't know, but that's just my opinion, and that's all I have to complain about. And then what I do like about this figure, just to get the run-of-the-mill NECA praise out of the way, I think the figure looks good. The paint job is phenomenal as always. NECA does a good job with that. The sculpt is really good. All the little details and lines and indents look really good, so good job on NECA for nailing that. The figure feels really good. He has a nice range of motion throughout his entire body, head, torso, arms, legs, and tail. It's very nice to feel and see. So yeah, so even though I just told you how this figure makes me feel, quick summary, I feel like that they should lower the price of this boy, because you're just getting the xenomorph, no accessories or anything like that. The second mouth, hopefully it works for you, unlike me. Is this figure good looking? Yes. Is it a good feeling? Yes. So do I recommend it? If you really like the Alien Fireteam Elite games and you collect the NECA figures, yeah, sure, I recommend it. The wave is only 4 figures. Granted, it's $40 a figure, but I think that if this is a good wave to, collect and have in hand, even if you already do have the dog alien, but that's not the point. So despite the runner alien being one of the more underwhelming variants in, the Alien franchise, because he becomes part of a pretty cool wave, I do recommend picking him up alongside with his other brothers. And speaking of his brothers, here is the rest of the wave: the Spitter, Prowler, and Burster alien, looking all smexy. I have reviewed all of these boys already, so if you want to go check that out after this video, go ahead, you're more than welcome to. But I had a really fun time, collecting these guys and reviewing them. They're very cool variants. I love the game they're from, so I think that, like I said, this is a very solid wave, and I do recommend picking up any one of these boys. So with all that said, I really do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, a like and a subscription would be phenomenal. You don't have to comment because that's a lot of effort, I get it, but if you do want to give me your opinion down below, do you like this figure, do you dislike this figure, and just, create discussion, branch off anything that I said, you're more than welcome to, and I will most likely respond to what you do say, because I like talking about this stuff. And don't worry about the bell, we both know this shit is broken. And if you want to see more reviews like this, plenty of it on the channel. Like I said, I've reviewed the rest of this wave already, so that's there. I review NECA Predator stuff, I do Halo stuff, Star Wars stuff, so go check that all out if that sounds interesting to you. And with all that said, I hope you have a good day, stay hydrated, because if you don't, I'll kill you.